7 months ago, me and Lian went to FCS Media, and we're like, hey, yo, let's team up. So we did. We created a game review, and then we're like, no, we're not doing that. So then we created a hot sauce, and it's been good ever since. We made mistakes, we did good things, and across that path, we made bad videos and good videos. So here are top 5 favorite hot talk videos. So starting off in 5th place, I'm gonna have to do a game review, biggest upcoming games. Me and Lian thought that we were gonna do this for a long time. We did not. We decided to venture off into interviews instead of podcasts. I think what makes it so special was like the first video that we worked on. Even though it wasn't hot talk or like classified hot talk, they didn't have that in the title. Whatever me and Lian both worked on together, that's basically what makes it a hot talk video. We talked about Hogwarts Legacy, Final Fantasy 16, some other games I don't remember, Street Fighter 6, yeah. I actually got Hogwarts Legacy. Pretty good game. Recommended. But it was really just the starting step for me and Lian to build off and to see what we could do in media and what videos we could find or do. I think that makes it my number 5.
I can see your point on the game review one. I do agree that it was a stepping stone, and it was the first video I ever edited together, and yeah, it was pretty fire. My number 5 is the PSAT video. Now, reason why is because for some strange reason that video got 140 something views, and it was funny to record. We had Richard on the first scene. It was pretty lit. And I think it was the first time I actually ended up struggling with the camera, which was kind of a learning experience for me, considering that the previous episodes before it was pretty smooth sailing. But the PSAT video was the first time I ever had to struggle with scheduling, and it really made me recognize that this isn't just some easy like class that we have to do. So that's why it's my number 5.
All right, yeah, I definitely agree with you. The PSAT, it was a fun video made. I don't know. Well, no, it got a lot of views because we took the PSAT at that time. I think everybody disliked it in a respectfully mannered way, and I think we made that video just because we took it and we disliked it in a respectfully mannered way. So that was a fun video made. Now, in my number 4, I have Hot Talk favorite sport. This video, like many other videos that me and Liam made, comes about when we're going out into lunch, recording people, not having any clue what we're going to actually record. And then I went over to some of my friends to ask for video ideas, and I saw one wearing a lacrosse jersey, and I'm like, lacrosse is a sport. Favorite sport. And yeah, no, it was just an overall good video. It was nice. The music was good on it. Editors are clean. And that makes it my number 4.
Okay, Joel. Yeah, I can see that. The favorite sport video was definitely like one of our spontaneous videos. So my number 4 video is Quote of the Day 1. And the reason was that we were trying to do another idea in the process of thinking about that video. And as soon as we saw Mr. A, we're like, hey, I guess we could just do Quote of the Day. And he gave a fire quote. And from then on, it was pretty chilling. That was the first new idea that came out of complete randomness. Since we were doing another idea, it's basically a bait and switch what we did over there. So Quote of the Day 1 was really fun to edit as well. Very fun to record. A lot of different quotes. Some good, some bad, who knows, but they all made it on. But it was one of the newer ideas that I actually enjoyed. So that's why it's my number 4.
So definitely respectable number 4. No idea. First of the series. Heading over to my number 3, it's a controversial one. Hot Talk number 9. Is cheerleading a sport? I think we also... Actually, I don't know. I think we also made this one just into lunch. We were walking into lunch and recording people. I like this one so much because when people say, because you dedicate effort and time into it, I could just rebuttal that by saying, well, if you put effort and time into esports or a game, an online game, is a sport, and they're like, no. And I'm like, why? And just counteracts. It's amazing. I love arguing with people. It's a bad habit, but it's a nice one. And yeah, I think that's why it makes it my number 3.
Yeah, I like that. I like that you put that in number 3. I think we never came to the conclusion of whether it was a sport or not, but I'm pretty sure that yes was the actual winning answer in that video. But it was a funny video to look at. When I was literally laughing behind the camera while I was recording it because of the conflicting opinions you had and the rebuttals. So it was fun to make, fun to record, fun to watch, all that jazz. That was great. So my number 3 is quote of the day 3. Now you might be asking, okay, why do you have quote of the day in 2 separate numbers? Because quote of the day 1 was our first step into quote of the day, the whole series. Quote of the day 3 is obviously, in my opinion, the best quote of the day we made so far. One of the best quotes is, "Faith as small as a mustard seed can move mountains." That was my favorite one. I felt it was very, very inspirational. It felt inspirational to me. It made me feel happy inside. But the quotes were top notch in that video, and it was really fun to record. Again, I was laughing behind the camera. So that is why it is placed at number 3 for me.
Yeah, that was definitely a good video, right? That's why it's number 3, obviously. I think, don't quote me on this. Get it? Because quote of the day, but you're not quoting. Yeah, I know you did it. I think that was Josh that said that. And you can apply that to a lot of different things in your life. Like, you can apply it with God. If you have just a little faith in God, God can do miracles in you. You can apply it to a business if you want. If you have like faith and you're determined with that business, you could be good, it'd be wealthy and that successful. Now, in my number 2 spot, Hot Talk number 4, 5 questions on snack. The reason this one's so special is because it had some of my favorite teachers in it, and it also had David King, Mr. King, high school principal, Mr. King, the one, the only, besides in Dead by Daylight, David King. That's some pretty good questions. I think one of them was, what temperature does water turn into ice? Which I believe is 32 Fahrenheit and 0 Celsius. I don't know if anybody got that wrong or right. I think Edward might have. But just because the teachers are there and David King was there, I think it was one of my favorite videos because we involved so much faculty and teachers and people into that. Yeah.
Yeah, Hot Talk 4 was definitely one of my favorites. 5 questions, 1 snack was an amazing idea when we first came up on it. It also included some of the best editing that we've ever done in Hot Talk, period. So it was definitely a stepping stone into greater and better editing. So I can agree with that. My number 2 is similar to yours, Joel, but it is 5 questions, 1 snack, round 3. Now, it would have been number 1, but due to some differences and clearly another video taking it in my heart, it's going in number 2. But this was competing with one of my favorite videos because it was really, really fun to record, really funny to watch Joel embarrass Marco. That was really fun. A lot of the questions in that video were also very, very good. I think we had a winner that video. Don't quote me on that, but definitely one of the best videos I've ever done. It also included one of the best editing that I've ever done in Hall Talk. So yeah, that's why it's number 2.
Yeah, that was really fun with that tricky question. How long does it take for the Earth to make like a rotation around the sun or something like that? It was 24 hours. Some people said 365 days. I think Tony was the only one who got that right with 24 hours. So to top it off, my number 1.
Yo, Joel, chill out. We got to do honorable mentions, bro. Honorable mentions.
Actually?
Yeah.
Yeah, honorable mentions.
So let me start because you were rudely going into number 1.
Okay, fine.
My honorable mention for this list is the favorite sport video. Because it was a really fun video to make. We gave the spotlight to some lacrosse people because it was pretty lit. And yeah, I couldn't put it on the list because there were clearly better videos in it, in my opinion. But it definitely takes the honorable mention spot for me.
Yeah, as I said, pretty good video. I liked it. Even though I don't like this video, it does have to take an honorable mention. Hot Talk 13 FCS unofficial tour. In this video, there was one distinct word that I said. I said it, I don't know how many times, but it gave people headaches. And it was probably more than 30. We might make a video on counting how many rights I've said in that video. Sadly, that's to take my honorable mention. I should probably put that in unhonorable mentions too. Yeah, you did it.
So before I go to my number 1 pick, I just want to say I'm sorry, Joel. That video ruined you. It ruined you. Send some prayers to him. It was a rough video. We did not get a good grade on that one, TLDR. My number 1 video, since its creation, took a special place in my heart, and I think Joel can agree on this. Hall Talk number 1, honest teacher review. The first ever idea that we came up with. Yes, it has some flaws. The camera did move a lot. The microphone wasn't all the way in front of the face. But what made that video so special is that that was our first creation. That was our first little baby for Hall Talk. And it holds a special place in my heart. Noah with his perfect comedic timing, Barba with his very soothing voice, Richard being Richard, and everyone else being incredible people. That was the first time we had an interview experience, and we were hooked ever since. Hence why we made another 16 interview videos after that. So, honest teacher review, Hall Talk episode 1 takes my number 1 spot.
You know, it does not just take your number 1 spot. It takes our number 1 spot. I remember we were gonna do just honest teacher review, make that a series. We're gonna make game review, make that a series. But then Swindle came over and talked to us, and he was like, hey, why don't you guys just make a general, like, company, I would say. So then you can put all your videos under that. And that's how Hall Talk was created. Because we interviewed people in the hall, and we were talking about it in the hall. And yeah, no, as Lian said, he said, Noah is like the first video that I could actually remember. Game review, yeah, it was good. But I think Noah just made a really memorable experience. I think it was stealing my mic, and it was really funny. And yeah, it had flaws, but it was the number 1 video of Hall Talk. And it's still gonna be the number 1 video, in our opinions.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I kind of curious, if you're in our classes, please tell us what you think. Maybe you think differently, or just tell us in the comments below, because I'm kind of curious. But I do agree with your number 1 spot, Joel, as I did as well. It is the greatest video we've ever made. There is flaws, but it was the funniest. It was the most I've ever cared about a Hall Talk video, since it was our first, and it was our stepping stone into the series.
Yeah.
But I agree with these lists. Both of these lists I would take, honestly. They're both valid in their own rights. So yeah, that's it for this video. We hope you agree with this list, or these lists, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.
See ya.